Alright everybody, so welcome back to another video. So it's 2024, we're done with 2023. You're looking to get into wholesale, but you're not sure entirely where to start or how to even begin the process of switching from arbitrage into wholesale. So in this video guys, I'm going to break down a few steps on basically what you need to do in order to make that transition from arbitrage or even as a new beginner into the wholesale model selling on Amazon FBA. So, but without further ado guys, let's get straight into it. Be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment down below, let me know if I missed anything or if you have any further questions whatsoever. But as always guys, let's just get into it. So when it comes to wholesale, it's probably one of the best business models out there when it comes to selling on Amazon. And so, it can be very confusing on where to start because there's more of a bit like business documents involved, more relationship building involved. And so, one of the first steps that you're going to want to take if you haven't already, especially if you come from the arbitrage model, is basically setting up either an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, or just some type of entity aside from a sole proprietorship, okay? Now, of course, talk to a CPA, tax consultant, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a tax advisor to be giving you this information, but in my opinion, I do think you need one of these formations in order to be taken more seriously from wholesale suppliers, okay? Keep in mind, you're trying to do business with multi-million-dollar companies out there that are moving real volume. So you want to set yourself apart from the competition by looking as serious as possible, taking this business as serious as possible. And so again, that's where, the formation of an LLC or S Corp does come into play. But again, talk to a tax advisor because they can give you the better option of what's better for you and your business, all right? So again, not tax advice, but just something I would do. Now, the next step that I would take is, once you get that settled in, you definitely want to get, an EIN number and your reseller's permit, okay? Now, the EIN number is like a business social security number. Now, for this, you can use a service such as Incfile or other services that provide that will basically charge you a fee in order to handle all that process for you. And to be honest guys, I probably would pay that fee. Now of course you can do it for free and do it elsewhere or do it on your own, but yeah, it's just so complicated to do in my opinion that it's just worth the extra fee to have someone else kind of outsource that part for you. So, but again, that's just me. And even for the reseller's permit and everything, make sure you get that in place because that seller's permit will omit you from paying any sales tax whatsoever on your products, okay? Because since you're, reselling these products, you're not the end consumer, and therefore wholesalers should not be charging you any sales tax whatsoever when you're buying product from them and, trying to sell it on Amazon. So now that we got those documents out of the way, I would, make sure to have a proper business email, okay? So don't, put Oscar Martinez at, gmail.com. You want something in a business format. So you can use Google for this, Microsoft for this, or, just anywhere. Just type in on Google, how to set up a business email address. And from there, you just sign up, make up your business email. And, that's what you'll use to contact suppliers. Because again, you want to look as serious as possible to suppliers, and having a business email makes you look more, professional versus a Gmail account or Yahoo account, especially. So, but definitely set that up and make sure that you're set up in order to, receive those type of updates, emails, from your sales reps and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, make sure you sign up for a business email. Now, the next step is I would definitely get a professional business, bank account, right? So whether it's a business checking account or savings account, whatever it may be, sign up for one of them. They will require you to have your EIN number and a bunch of other forms in order to create this. So make sure you do the previous steps first before you try to open an account like this. Now, what bank you go to really does not matter. I mean, credit unions can go, really good. So just, don't overthink it. Sign up for one, get started, and really just, start depositing your money in that account. Now, the next step that it comes with wholesale, you got your documents set up, you got all your formation set up. I mean, at this point, you're ready to go. You have the capital, right? I'm assuming, especially if you come from arbitrage, you have a few $1,000s to play with. At this point, the first thing you want to do is definitely just, get on Google and look for suppliers. So if you live in California, just Google in California wholesale suppliers. And if you want to get more specific and niche down, you can go California beauty distributors, California beauty wholesalers, California beauty suppliers. Like, just mess with the keywords as much as possible, and I guarantee you guys will find tons and tons of suppliers. Now, if you want to go further, even deep down, I mean, let's say you live in San Diego, right? Like a city. You want to go even more further and add those, keywords in there, and make sure you type in San Diego beauty distributor, San Diego beauty, supplier, like I said, mess with the keywords. The more you mess with the keywords, the more you switch up the words, the more specific you can get, the more local you can get, the more suppliers you'll find, and the higher the chance that they'll work with you because you're more local, you're kind of closer, and just it's a better process overall. But of course, nothing wrong with looking for out-of-state suppliers as well. I mean, we have a few, off of ourselves, but still, it's just all comes down to putting in that time, searching those keywords, messing with it. I mean, obviously, there's a ton of different ways to find suppliers, but I want to take up too much of your time on this video. So, but for 99% of people, Google will be your best friend when it comes to finding suppliers. Trust me, I found probably my best suppliers just literally using Google. So if I can find them, you can find them. So there shouldn't be no issue whatsoever. Now, assuming that you found suppliers, you made a list, you've reached out to them. I mean, at this point, reach out to them, call them as much as you can. Trust me when I say that your conversion rate will go higher if you can call and get someone on, the phone versus emailing. These suppliers are receiving tens of hundreds of emails a day, so the chances of them finding your email is going to be very low. So you definitely want to call them, definitely want to put a person on the voice and whatnot, and so like that you can speed up the process, because time is money, guys. And if you're waiting a whole day, week for an email response, I mean, you better off just calling and getting a response immediately. Even if it's a no, right? At least then you're not waiting, wasting time, hoping that someone opens an account with you, and you can just kind of go and, no, and just get the supplier and go to the next one, all right? So don't waste any time, reach out and do as many calls as possible. Now, the next step, assuming that you've reached out to a few suppliers, you probably had a few yeses, a ton of no's, which we know is going to happen. I mean, at this point, it comes down to sourcing those catalogs, guys. It comes down to sourcing Excel spreadsheets, manual sourcing the website, or however your supplier is giving you your products. You want to basically put in the work right here, because this is what makes or breaks you from, being successful in wholesale, okay? This is the part where basically everybody quits because they don't find anything profitable. They don't want to, take the time to put in the work. They put in like 1 good hour and then call it quits. And guys, it really does come down to just putting in the work and putting in the time with wholesale catalogs. Now, yes, you will find a ton of stuff that is not profitable, maybe just barely break even or very low margins. And in those scenarios, guys, you may have to make a first purchase order regardless of how much you're making, just to break the ice with your suppliers, okay? Keep in mind, suppliers will not take you very seriously until you actually start placing orders. And so, because at the end of the day, the suppliers, they want to work with you, okay? They want to, build that relationship. They want to sell a product to you. But if you're not willing to put in the work and, actually buy some stuff, then they're not going to put in the work and, give you those deals and discounts. So, but yeah, it's all a time game, okay? It takes time to build a relationship. It takes time to, buy a few products, and it takes time to source those products. So, again, if you can get through this phase right here of, being able to find some stuff and, just purchase some stuff, I mean, you'll go a long way, like way longer than anybody else who's trying to start into wholesale in 2024. So literally just do that, guys, and I guarantee you will come out on top. Now, at this point, let's say you've, placed a test order, you've sold a few products. I mean, at this point, you've got an account locked down, maybe 2 accounts locked down. Now it comes down to really just, niching down with your sales rep and really just building up that relationship, right? So whether it's, buying more inventory weekly, monthly, taking them out to eat, hanging out with them, at this point, you're basically trying to, build up that relationship further and, to the next step. Because the more and deeper relationship you can have with your sales rep, the more they're willing to go out, out of their way in order to basically, make sure that you get the best discounts, the best deals, the best products, the best negotiation, like just the best of everything, all right? So don't sleep on it. Take the time, build up those relationships, and put in that work. So, but all in all, guys, that is basically all you really need to do in the beginning. I mean, obviously, there's a ton of way more stuff I can go deep on, and that's not gonna fit all in one video. But that should get you, a few steps ahead of everybody. Should get your feet wet. Should get you on the right path. And yeah, like I said, guys, if you have any further questions, drop them down in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll continue to keep dropping more wholesale content for you guys going into 2024. So keep a lookout, keep subscribed, and peace as always.